first astronomy. We're talking about Fermi's paradox. His first name is Enrico. Um, okay, so a little bit of astronomy first. The universe. All right, so you probably know, and you might know all this, but I got to cover it for anyone who doesn't. You've of course got planets, and they tend to go around a star. We do have rogue planets that have no star, but generally they go around a star. And those stars exist in clusters that we call galaxies. Well, you might not know, but maybe you do. Galaxies exist in clusters as well, called galactic clusters. And there are areas of the universe that are like devoid of, not devoid, but have a very small amount of galaxies in them. And these are called voids. And now some scientists are starting to think we are actually in the middle of the largest void we know of, that the Milky Way, our galaxy, is part of a galactic cluster sits in a void that's over like 1,000 light years across, I think it is. So what does that mean? Well, okay, so sorry to get a little more detailed, but Enrico Fermi, and a bunch of other really smart people were at Los Alamos, which is used to be a place where a lot of smart people hung out, and they were talking about how big the universe is, how many stars, how many planets, how long it would take for a civilization to develop the technology to send a ship out that could colonize another planet, how long it would take that civilization landing on that planet to develop enough resources that they could send out their own colony ships to other planets. We're talking about going to other stars, like at sublight speeds, and how old the universe is. And so they calculate all this out, and they're like, there's really just no chance, considering the number of stars. I mean, if life is in any way remotely common, even if it's very rare, for the number we're talking about, the universe should be filled with intergalactic civilizations. To which Enrico Fermi said, but then where are they? And that is Fermi's paradox. For the vast size of the universe, it doesn't really make sense that we don't have constant uh, evidence of intergalactic civilizations, and we don't. So where are they? Why don't we? And there's lots of theories for that. But if we, in fact, live in the middle of a vast void, and then they just haven't come here yet, then, well, has it occurred to anyone that they might be protecting us? That we are the remote village in the middle of the jungle that no one allows to be there, that we could be given access to faster than light travel, to perhaps teleportation, cures for diseases, um, uh, ample food supply, cleaning up the environment, making all of this, having, tremendous advances in technology that could just be brought to us and shown to us and given to us. at no more effort than it would take for us to drive in with a truckload of miracle cures and food and such to these villages. But they want to protect us because we are pure, because we have not been spoiled by the advances of their civilization. And so therefore they have to protect us from technology. How do you feel about that? I mean, as one of the primitives that lives in this galaxy, how do you feel about being protected? How do you feel when a loved one dies and that death could have been prevented by the technology of those that are protecting us? It seems like it kind of sucks. And that's how I feel about these villages in the middle of nowhere. I feel like, they should be given a choice, that we should go to them and explain, well, this is the reality of the world around you. And you can choose to join it. It's up to you. We could run electricity in here, and we could give you modern medicine, and we could take care of you, and you could just join our society. But the downside, and we'd have to explain the downside. There is a downside. I mean, they live in a pretty natural environment. Maybe they would like that better. But I think it should be their decision. Just like I think, if my posited theory is correct, that it should be our decision about whether or not we want to join the Federation or whatever it is. Just a thought.